Welcome. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. If this sounds like a contradiction, there isn't. Investigate further. If what I say is peculiar and strange, goes over your head, stick with it. It will make sense later on, especially if you keep going over my videos. There is wonderful jigsaw puzzle pieces of gold throughout these videos. Keys to the mystery, to the truth in the nature of this world, where we're from, what's going on, and where we are going. Okay, it's all there for you to assist you in your ascension, your awakening. Right. So yesterday, after I done them 2 videos, stepping into the allegories found in movies, American Gods, I was tired and went into prayer because my heart is crying out. I'm groaning, as many of us are, and I'm saying, Father, how much longer? I'm so desperate for life, for change. And I found myself going onto Stellarium, thinking, right, what am I going to give next, Father? And I'm talking to Spirit, and then Spirit's hand, Father's hand's moving upon my mind. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm on Stellarium, so I've got some good news to share with you. And the way this come about, it's blown me away. But at first, it went over my head. I was like, okay, here we go. Okay, and like with many of the revelations that I've received over the years, at first, I don't know where Father is steering me. I just got to stick with it. So I'm on Stellarium, and I pull out. I zoom out, and I noticed where the Milky Way is, this ring, this cloud ring. Okay, and there's Taurus. But I'm looking at this ring. Spirit moving upon my mind. Add the grids, right? The horizontal and magnetic grids. So I do that, and when I do that, I see these circles appear. All right, you get these horizontal and magnetic grids. All right, but I noticed where the axis is of the grids, the center of them. Okay, the access points. It was pointing at the clock on the 3rd. All right. I was like, this is interesting. Right. Spirit is like, look closely, look closer. I get this. Right. If you can see that, okay. Make sure you get a good picture. This is what Spirit was showing me yesterday, trying to show me, and I didn't get it first. And he was like, look closer. Okay, so on the 3rd, right, we got the Physica PCs. I can't say it properly. I do apologize. Okay, and I did research into it, more research. Bridge portal. This is a symbol of the twins, polarity, and there's a pole shift about to occur. The flipping. I make those who are first last, and those who are last first. It's the relationship to the divine source, creator, God, through our own third eye, through the temple. It is a door. What we are seeing here is a door. And I said there's going to be a door opening up in heaven. All right. And it's on the clock. Stick with it, okay? It's also a symbol of ascension and descension. Again, connected to Jacob's ladder. Right? Contraction and expansion. Those who are the heavenly beings, it's the expansion, the spreading out, multiplying, okay, growth, abundance, prosperity, etc. So I go look at the other, should we say, poles, the other poles of the magnetic axis. And it was pointing here. So here's the next circle, right? I do apologize if this is confusing at first, but bear with it, right? As I'm looking at this now, the axis center point, right? I'm looking at the creatures, the constellations around it. And what do we see? The peacock. We see a lot more than that. We see the peacock, the bird of paradise, and the lizard. Remember my video I recently did with the slow worm, the snake symbolism that we've been receiving with the chameleon, which is a symbol of transformation, adaptability, etc. I was like, wow, hang on. So I'll show you this again. And I was looking up. Hang on. Let me show you the image. All right. You can go and investigate yourself. It blew me away. So I was looking at the peacock constellation, and it mentions there's 44 number. All right. So the peacock constellation is the 44th constellation in size, occupying an area of 378 square degrees. So I looked it up, and it means, and I looked it up in Strong's Concordance. It means I fill up, make up, complete the measure of. Remember the measuring rod with the reed? All right. Fulfill, carry out the commands, provisions. I was like, okay, this is awesome. So we've now got the center axis pointing at the peacock, the bird of paradise, and the lizard transformation. Let me pause there. Sorry about that. I'm making sure I go over my notes. Right. So the center axis point is over the octant, okay, which is used for navigation, and it's pointing at these three constellations. Okay, it represents a navigational instrument known as a reflective octant. Now I was like, okay, the reflected octant, navigation, the constellations, right? But there's more. So then I go to the far side of the pole. You got the, I think the southern hemisphere and the other hemisphere, the northern hemisphere. I'm not too sure the poles, how it's done on stellarium. I'm not into astrology. This is new for me. Father is trying to show us something, and I'm trying to grasp it all. You know, I knew nothing of the constellations years ago, and so I'm very grateful for Father for showing me the things that I've learned over the years in regards to mapping out the star map of the constellations with the framework of the development of the spirit man that's in us. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, so I go and look at the other poles, the other access points, and you wouldn't believe it. If you've been following me, it'll make sense. So here's the two, and they're closer, right? It's at Booties, and literally the center of Taurus with the North Star. I was like, what? Here it is there, look. I highlighted it so you can see. Literally, on the 3rd, it hits Booties. Why this access point hits the dead center at the North Star, where everything rotates around it. I mean, what a sign. Of course, the access point that hits Booties is at 0 point, the end. which is the beginning for those in Christ. And there's a door opening up. All right. This led me to this card. Okay. And I love the esoteric, symbolic meanings, the occult knowledge that reveals the meaning of the symbols in connection with the mysteries and the Bible. I did more research on this card. I didn't realize the significance of this card. It blew me away. And those who've been following me, you know I don't mess about when I do my research. I do a deep dive in and search into things. This is a really good card, the Wheel of Fortune, of course, but I really didn't grasp that until I looked into it, where you've got the lion with wings, the bull restored, as Enoch referred to himself as the white bull restored. Then you got the bird, the phoenix, then the angel, and they're in the heavens, sky. The word sky in the Bible also means heaven. And then you got the snake. We talked about the snake recently with the sign of transformation. And you've got the Yod He Tha He in the Wheel of Fortune. You have, let me show you. All right. I am. That I am. It's actually in here. All right. If you look at the Hebrew words. Okay. The Alpha and Omega. So, a wonderful transformation is here. And I said we are in the time of harvest. Now, them access points that Father was revealing to me, the one that hits booties is on the 3rd. And yet, I know, I feel Spirit is shouting at me, it's unfolding now. Okay, because everything overlays. So I just wanted to get on here and share this with you. It's good news for all those who have turned to Spirit, turned away from this world, seeking knowledge, turning to the light that they would have eyes to see. There's a wonderful transformation coming to you. So keep your chin up. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this shouts out at you, lifts you up. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjutsu Master and Mystic Messenger. I love you guys. Have a good day.